They hear every motion, every curvature, every turn of that back. What was this energy yesterday, bro? Come on, what was this energy yesterday? You did that. You would made like 5 people happy. I ain't even gonna lie. It always be the fucking lamest start. Let me be my first fucking viewer.
Yo in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who that is, you see me gay though. But it's cool, we fuck with all of you.
Oh, yeah, I'm streaming to both. I don't know why the fuck it's not showing. So, it's not that. It's not that. This ugly ass nigga.
Cause like it's gonna show up, it's gonna be like a YouTube studio type of thing.
Nah, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, just take it, man.
Alright. We got it. We in this bit. Now we're gonna constantly have one viewer. And I won't know if it's us or not. On YouTube, I'll know.
AMB 2.0.
Hey, bro. All we be doing is just sitting here talking about the most random, like, random shit the whole time. It's mostly the people on Twitch that be funny as hell. Like, most of the people just be cooking for us. Y'all boys got freedom to whatever. If there's any video y'all want to watch, anything y'all want to produce, promote, shit, even if y'all want to hop on music.
Shoot, I just say the same thing with the music and the boxing. Promote that.
Yeah. Damn, did I do my intro? It's KdDa1. I'm here with another live stream. Goddamn. I know I'm fucking up, but
Here, it's your boy, I shot him. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all tuning in with KdDa1.
Y'all been loving these streams, my guy. Had to bring all 3 of us on this. This is all I've been waiting for. Cause we have all 3 of us on this stream. See how y'all fuck with it. Got the second viewer. And this one fell. That's Twitch. I'm scared. Like, I just see that the Twitch viewers, different times, different shit happens. I don't know what type of viewer we got now. I didn't know that you went around already. Any video that piques y'all interest? What's that shit? We do gotta make another video for this bit.
13 followers. On the way to 1,000. On the way to 1,000,000.
About to make 100 likes. Easiest thing to promote. Just a good start off.
And you know, it's the Facebook. Every post.
Ooh.
Yeah, you in every post, my boy.
I really hope you let me know the little thoughts that's in your mind. Sometimes I sit and reminisce about the past and all the time. And you expect me to let you go, I just can't. And you expect me to let you go.
Again, this is the stuff that we be promoting. If y'all want to see more of this content, let me know. I'll leave this shit in the description. Got many more. Please check out Liberty Boxing Club. Check out all of our stuff in the description if you want to see more content, especially from me. Shit, like smooth transition. And for you boys, any videos y'all boys interested in, we could start off on a reaction video. I'll leave the captions on so we could hear it, or we could just like sit back, talk.
Reaction, debate, any topic y'all want to hear, anything to chat worried about, any questions.
One thing, I'm not connected to Twitch, so we can't see on the phone what the fuck chat says. So if y'all want to see what Twitch says, y'all gotta look at the screen.
We on Twitch or we on YouTube?
We on both. So you got smooth viewers on YouTube, the solid people that be seeing us on YouTube that actually just be sitting there talking, vibing, doing all that. But then the people on Twitch, the people on Twitch is a different breed, bro. They don't care what the fuck they say. They'll say and do whatever the fuck they want during stream. At least you get good conversation then, though. Got the smooth 5 viewers. Shit, how y'all morning?
Shout out to 5 viewers.
Yeah, for real.
Got some real ones. I better blow up chat. Whatever y'all want us to do, blow up chat.
Shit, blow up. Let us know what you want us to do. Send any comment. Nigga Jitty, I'm not doing shit. He's talking about the fucking David case. How y'all boys feel about that shit?
I don't really know too much. I try to stay out of people's lives, you know. Especially when it comes to the famous people.
I don't even know who David is.
Oh, he that songwriter. That ugly ass nigga with the dreads.
Sound like half of the rappers.
He lost the dreads, but that's him. He got charged for murdering a underage girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard about that story.
So
Bro, when I heard that shit, bro, I was like, at first I didn't want to believe it, but like all the songs it started sounding like it could possibly be true. So.
bro, it's not even just that.
Correlate.
After all this, I swear it's been like a year or two. They finally just starting to like catch that shit. Like they just finally starting to put him to justice. I know the justice system takes like a minute, but like
They was trying to hold on. You know, he in that Illuminati, I think. But he ain't just like the rest of them.
shit, I've been thinking more on the topic, cause I know it's been out for a fat ass minute. How they've been thinking about it's like the conspiracy on who's the industry plant.
They said I was a different person every year, every couple months.
But like
Anybody that blow up, industry.
I feel like the industry plant would be someone would think about. It would have to be someone who's successful at their job. It can't be someone who's folding.
Or somebody that got a hit.
I believe
every
it's
time
Speed.
somebody get a smash hit, they say you an industry plant.
I fuck with
Or-
Speed, but I feel like it has to be him.
You know when they be mentoring, not Speed ain't no industry.
I
You
don't
know
think
when they be
Speed
like
industry
when they be
plant
mentoring and then they like be
Can't
around
be.
people and then they use the clout. Speed started Lil Darren. Lil Darren started when he was like 11, 13. I don't know the age, but he was young.
But
Speed
I
had a
think
couple
like
views.
it's something
There's a video.
about him for being like up there. I'm not saying that he's doing anything wrong. I just feel like for where he's at, especially in this fame space, I feel like he's not as talked about as normal streamers.
So like underrated.
Like not really
'Cause,
underrated.
like, really like industry plant is used as like a bad term.
Yeah, I'm.
Like you wouldn't be famous without, you know what I'm saying, this or the people around you. Or,
But think about this. Like he don't like Speed got famous for the controversy, the shit that he did, and all that back in the day. Nowadays, he goes around the world, he travels, he betters himself and doing all that. He doesn't really get into controversies. He just constantly make constant videos. He just travels. Most of the time, I'm not even like underplaying like his videos. His videos are amazing. I love watching Speed. I think he does great content. It's just even on that, the way that he got famous versus how everybody else has handled it through constant controversies, constantly going through problems. The only way that you can get people like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, big names that no one cares about, who people want to say are industry plants, Speed, I feel like if he is an industry plant, he's probably one of the most successful. Let's say that. Like, he's doing his job well. He's not fucking up. Like, I feel like people be thinking like the people in the industries, we would understand everything they do. They not that smart. They've been doing this shit for a minute, and most likely they got a nigga who 10 out of 10, no one would suspect, no one would ever think of. That's how I think of it. We talking about like who could actually be like a spy, who could actually be like informant.
What you mean, like spy or informant?
More of like
Somebody
how
fuck people.
Phantom was talking about the industry plan. Like they gotta be someone in the streamer community who's like out there, mostly just
Excuse me.
there to be more of an informant of these people other than anything else.
Everybody has a team, so they feel like the one person that they put as the face of the team to show everybody else or talk to everybody else, that's the industry plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how some rappers have ghostwriters? The person who's writing it should be the artist, you know what I'm saying? Should be famous, but the rapper is the industry plan that uses that stuff, you know what I'm saying, to spread the... That's how some people are saying it, but...
Cause this was something I've been thinking about for a minute. Cause like,
Some people just like to puppet.
I don't want to believe it.
I feel like there's multiple. Like, imagine for music, there's like a bunch of people who slide, make a decent hit.
But music is a different topic. That's why I didn't really want to say rapper, because like with music, it's always gonna be recycled and reused. That's what music is.
Yes.
Like the notes, you're gonna hear same notes. You're gonna hear the same bars. You're gonna hear the same disc. That's why people remaster and drop another track or remix a lot of tracks, because music always gonna be around and music always gonna be used again.
Well, that's just like art. Like art always falls off of inspiration of something. Like I hate when people talk about copying and anything. I feel like the copyright laws is all bullshit, because like that's just giving us a reason to spend more money in court to help them.
I don't think all of them bullshit.
Not all of them, but like
smooth, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, have your
think about
your rights to it.
Have your rights to it. People will know it's yours. And now where we live at, like in the time, we could post whatever anytime and people will see that shit. No matter if you sit here on some shit, someone else figures it out, they would know how they figured it out, how they duped you, all that shit. We live in a easily detectable time of fraud and shit like that. That's why a lot of people are like kind of skittish on trying to make music and shit.
But a lot of shit don't even be fraud for real, man. It be words, like you can't smash words, like.
But that's what I'm saying. Imagine being sued for a phrase, sued for.
That's why I ain't gonna lie.
Couple of seconds.
I low-key fuck with Soulja, and that's gonna be controversial. But he's not saying only him can do that shit. He's saying he's the first nigga to do that shit.
Yeah, that should be how it is.
You know what I'm saying? He's not saying y'all niggas can't do it because it's mine. He's saying he's the first nigga to do that shit.
That's really that's how it should be. If you create something, you should be the first one who does it. Everybody else, they go and take inspiration off of it. Not saying they better, not saying they worse. Be happy that you the father or some shit. What are you doing?
There was one song that nigga Soulja, he didn't shout it himself out. Or he's singing a song or something. I think it was Facebook or something. Or his business.
Don't be saying the fucking names to me, bro. I haven't listened to a Soulja Boy song in years. The niggas who been like, they could call me uncultured, they could call me whatever the fuck they want, bro. I left that shit in like 2006. If that nigga makes some new music though, I don't know. I haven't been listening to anything new. Shit, music just don't sound the same to me.
That's true.
Shit, content just don't be hitting the same. Shit, like I say in almost every one of these fucking streams now, bro. Y'all have the power to make anybody famous. Y'all have the power to sit here and fucking make someone like Speed, make someone the next Kai Cenat and all that. But we focus on the most dumbest people right now in our time. Not saying like these people don't deserve fame. It's just like for everybody, if everybody got their 15 minutes of fame, like we got to see everybody's talent really figuring out, y'all would see a lot of hidden gems.
Everybody is somebody, you feel me?
Everybody
but who the
can
fuck
be
are these niggas? Like
Especially
Oh,
nowadays in the
no.
fucking music industry, bro. I feel like the most. Who's that basketball player? Fucking that does music. Does he still do that shit, Lonzo? Or LaMelo?
Brother, Leangelo.
Leangelo. He still do that shit?
He still make music, but he don't like professionally hoop. But he can still play basketball.
I ain't even gonna lie. I hear more shit from him than anybody new. You got like. I don't know what's killing me more, the smoke or the struggle mill. Now, what's a fucking struggle? What's a struggle mill technically?
I don't know.
All right,
Cause everybody, you know.
I'm gonna figure out what y'all generation call a struggle mill. So what the fuck is this?
It's that time of the year again when Future Canoe comes to tell you that you never know when life is gonna kick you in the crotch, give you a
All you
wedgie,
gotta do is
and
just flip
spit
on your neck.
face. Always good to learn
A lot of
struggling
problems to
recipes.
fix.
This time, besides submissions from all over the world, we're adding a category at the end called the Diabolical Round. These recipes are indistinguishable from your attempts of killing me. Starting with the best place are Ligma Gangster recipes. First dish submitted by our lovely member Emo Memo is called Miniman. Apparently it's a traditional Turkish dish, but I've never heard of it. And every time I say Miniman, I just think of how Kevin Hart goes, Get the fuck out of here! Two types of Turkish style pepper. I don't know what those are. Like Anaheim pepper. Why so specific? Like, does that make a difference? It's not like we're cooking a Thai green curry with Jamie Oliver here.
That less than 1 chili per person.
Thankfully, I found a green pepper in my fridge, which has the magical power of imposing mold onto any ingredient. Let's not be superficial. What's on the inside matters. Oh, it's still good. Nice. Heat olive oil in a pan and then cook onions for 4 to 5 minutes. Once it gets lightly golden, we'll put in the peppers for another 3 to 4. Grate tomatoes in a box grater on this institutionally gray plate.
Everything looks straight
It's not
right
an
now.
efficient way. Let it simmer till it's lightly dry. I really don't feel like opening a can of tomato paste just to put in a tablespoon and then it starts growing mold. I'm gonna try to stop that reputation about me. This year, 2026, Future Canoe will be mold free. We'll replace it with some ketchup. There's MSG in ketchup, so it should theoretically
Water,
improve the
ketchup is
dish.
crazy.
When everything in the
No, remember you gotta strictly use the water. If you're not using the water, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right.
pan's reducing and
water,
simmering,
1 part
we'll
actual
lightly beat some eggs, pour it on top. Try not to move it and just let it gently cook and steam in the pan. The goal is to get it creamy and juicy. And finally,
turning,
we'll
no
just finish
flipping,
with
just throw a
salt,
lid.
pepper, chili flakes, and serve on white
pepper,
bread.
and
I guess
chili
the
flakes.
difference between this and a shakshuka is shakshuka has whole
Do you put
eggs
cheese
and
or
these
some
are
shit
beaten.
on there?
Smells really good. Less spices than shakshuka, but I imagine it will be spicier. I love how the sauce is dried up and the eggs kind of just gently
see the
sit on
potential.
top. Very great
This is not my
texture.
type.
It almost
It's not
tastes
my
like a
style.
keto pizza. But I do feel like
I'm not gonna hold you as a
Do y'all
nigga.
like ketchup on eggs, chat?
Let me
All
know
y'all
if
nasty niggas, just type in the comments real quick.
y'all eat ketchup with eggs.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but me personally, I would.
Y'all nasty niggas, he said. Y'all feel me? To be fair, as a nigga who don't eat fucking eggs at all, that shit
So I can't really say that.
look
I know
nasty.
the protein and all that. But
I ain't gonna skip it. He has another meal,
That
I
was
guess.
a little
He got another
complicated.
meal.
we
So I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5. I'm gonna get that.
This
like
is a
a
one-pot
6.
steamer noodle recipe submitted by P1 that requires us to get one of these Chinese bamboo steamers. It costs a fortune. I didn't know that.
Okay.
The cooking method is very easy. It has a three-tier
real niggas
system.
know how
The
to use a
first
steamer,
tier
you
on
feel
the
me?
bottom will be
See the method?
dry noodles. The second tier, some chopped frozen
Steamed up.
vegetables. And the
Ooh.
Wait,
top
you gonna
tier
struggle
will
with
be
it.
our protein,
You know what I'm saying?
Chinese sausage.
Everybody got the
Not
frozen
gonna lie,
vegetables.
this looks
he
like
got
a
the
normal
gas
sausage
station meat.
that got left in the dirt for 10 years. And
You know about the gas station meat, right, cuz?
Oh, you got.
The struggle meal,
It
straight bite.
tastes great. Yeah. Steam it for 10 minutes.
Noodles might be good. I'll get some.
What
Wow,
fucking
looks like
meat
a
is
working
that?
Crazy.
dim sum spot.
The gray,
What, is that
unseasoned.
racist?
Don't forget he took a
Okay, no.
bite out of that
I'm
shit.
gonna drop it into boil it for a couple minutes.
Let them cook.
Soy sauce, sesame oil. This looks like what Europeans think
Might
Chinese
be.
food is.
Just let them cook.
This tastes like a high
You
school
done cooking?
classroom party. I'm gonna have to give it a 5. Definitely
Yeah,
won't be
that's definitely
finishing
like a
this
3.
plate. Chinese
Nah.
sausage is good though.
The loose lima bean is crazy.
Oh yeah, fuck no. I was gonna talk about that shit. This nigga got the loose lima bean. Ah hell no. Let's go to the next one.
Looking at the ingredients, a lot of sugar. I mean, sugar is helpful for those situations, but I recommend therapy. That is
I think
why
I know what
I'm
this
using
is.
better.
Never mind.
So this powdered milk's so hard to open.
Never
If I was a
mind.
baby, I'll be starving to death. Holy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once the milk powder integrates into the condensed milk and is starting to thicken a little bit, we'll pour it into our container and just let it chill till it comes to room temperature. The grapes into this little jar, back into the fridge to
seeds.
chill.
Grapes
While
and
we
milk.
wait, the
you
simple
put-
ganache.
Alright, I got a quick question. How y'all feel about fruits and chocolate?
Chocolate covered strawberries is valid.
Alright, but like this is creamy grapes with chocolate over it.
Your favorite.
This shit might be nice.
Just mixing chocolate.
Creamy
and the
grapes.
cream.
And then more
All
cream.
chilled out.
We not done with the
Last
cream.
layer of chocolate ganache.
Mm.
Creamed grape.
Cream
chocolate
grapes.
Family
Cream grapes. Cream grapes.
Get a spoon. Your favorite food.
to eat this while crying, but tears only drip down
Who
my
the
thighs,
fuck's
not my
eating
eyes,
cream-
so
like-
we'll just
Hey,
go
bro.
straight up like this.
That shit look like barbecue sauce.
Horrible.
And fucking.
This extremely rich condensed
Extremely
milk chocolate
rich
goo kind of coats your
condensed
mouth,
milk.
but as soon as you bite into the grapes, the juice spurs out, kind of washes it, makes it more refreshing. The amount of sugar did release a lot of dopamine in my brain, so I think it's replaceable to therapy.
Like a 4.
Our next recipe is extremely straightforward, submitted by Gunner from Denver.
I don't even
And
wanna
Gunner is
continue this
13
one. What
years
the
old,
fuck?
Being extremely responsible, spending
Alright, how bad do it gotta be to have like some Doritos and ice cream?
Hear 'em out.
his parents' money on a Future Canoe membership. So we gotta try this one. Basically an ice cream sandwich. That whiff of cheesy corn you get whenever you open a Dorito bag, something romantic about it. Alright,
Hear him out.
here's our sandwich.
Just hear him
Great
out.
feeling
Nah,
about
just
this.
hear him
Here's to
out.
Gunner.
You said you gonna try this one.
That's such a great balance of flavor. A little bit of saltiness.
Hey,
from the
bro,
ice
if I
cream,
could
a
get
lot of
1,000
saltiness
views
from the chips.
on a
I think
video-
What makes it great is the combination of the
Nah,
creaminess
fuck it,
and
dog.
that
If I
subtle
could get
corn flavor. It's almost
a
like
million
eating creamed
subscribers.
corn with extra seasoning.
You get
I
20
can
views.
totally see these little ice cream sandwiches being
20
served
views
at a
right now.
football
Something
party and
like-
getting everybody
something
addicted.
like
I'll give Gunner a
understandable,
9
like
out
a
of 10.
thousand-
Must be tough
You
being
get a
this
9
small
thousand
and 13.
subscribers.
Our channel
By the
members
end of this
never
year, I
disappoint.
could get
If you
this
want
nigga to
access
eat
my
that
personal
combo.
email to send me recipes or weird stuff, you can join the Ligma Gang through the link below. Now moving on to submissions from all over the world. By all over the world, I mean my 4 favorite countries. How did I pick these countries, you ask? No, I didn't. You guys picked me, as most of my subscribers are from these 4 countries. So thank you very much. I didn't know things about to get wild this early on in the video, as we're about to start blending some chicken liver. It's really cheap. About a pound
So
of
that
it
was the
into
members.
blender.
Chicken
Oh
liver.
yeah. 2 small onions, 4 cloves of garlic, a cup of milk.
Why the fuck do y'all eat liver?
Oh, oi.
He gonna make waffles? He
What are we
making
doing?
waffles.
It even sounds scary. Gradually, we'll add in the flour. Okay, let's stir up this pancake.
You're making pancakes, bro. Imagine.
Since it's a layered cake, the
Hey,
frosting
I got
for the chicken
pancake
liver will
for
be
you.
mayo.
Mayo!
One time I accidentally ate a whole jar of mayo and I had to catch a flight. While I was half asleep on the flight, I let out a little fart. It was an
I can't
old
do it
man
with
sitting
liver,
next to
my
me.
guy. I don't
He
care how
freaked
much
out and
protein
started
y'all
blasting
niggas
the
talking
overhead
about.
AC.
Fuck.
That was pretty awkward. Chicken liver layered cake. It's kind of like a cursed tiramisu. The secret to a moist cake.
The
is
liver
chicken
crepes, my god.
Oh, that is so moist. Those two blended onions are so overpowering that I can barely taste the liver. It's just that aftertaste of that irony, bloodiness. And thank God for mayo and cheese because it just overtakes the mouthfeel. This kind of tastes like one of those
bloodiness.
Korean
He
scallion
making it look
pancakes.
presentable.
So much better than I expected. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This was
With
not
an
bad.
iron bloody taste.
Oh,
Might not even taste bad.
nice.
corned
Look, it's
beef
from your
waffles.
game. So, do we even need to slice this? Like, what is corned beef? This just looks so nasty. Looking like a roadkill.
This
I guess
might
now we
be
have never-ending wagyu
palatable.
fat. We gotta take advantage of it. Bunch of onions. I didn't realize cooking anything with tallow makes it taste like steak. Kind of a life hack. Potatoes, few minutes. We bread in our corned beef. I think this will be my first and last time of using corned beef. Oh
Yeah,
lord.
pineapple on
Okay.
Nah, that's
Corned
a
beef
potato.
gets up to temperature. We'll add in
Yeah, I thought
stock.
the same thing.
Bro, it looks worse with every step. I'm
See
so
that beef,
convinced
bro?
this is how people make dog food. Am I being
Alright, this
trolled
shit's
here?
starting to look
Is
like
this how
chunk.
it's supposed to look like?
That nigga made chum
I'm gonna
for
attempt to
real.
try to save it by adding some white truffle paste. I'm practicing witchcraft over here. Okay, once
black
it turns
truffles.
into kind of a sauce, we can turn the heat off. And very quickly, we'll make waffles to go with it. First step, some Aunt Jemima.
Classic, classic. Okay.
The only normal thing.
Okay,
in this
finally.
recipe. What I'm
Something
about to do
safe.
right now will seem
Alright, the
very,
classic
very
pearl milk
triggering, so
waffle.
you have been warned.
And then violated that shit.
We're really stepping
Why
into
you ain't
a
act
brand
like
new
you
level
wasn't going,
of
like-
struggle meal. It not only
Why
looks
you
like
was
one,
acting like this nigga wasn't gonna make a chum sandwich, my boy? I don't care. Even the viewers got mad. Like 2 niggas just left. Like I don't care. Like why the fuck y'all niggas like got rage bait like that?
smells like one, but it also
Y'all shoulda knew the
conceptually
chum
makes
was
me mentally
coming.
struggle.
This nigga made a
I
sloppy
wish
Joe.
there's the ligma fork to counteract the curse.
That's a sloppy Jeffrey right there.
Spread. Can't believe this is going to my mouth right now. Why the maple syrup? It's not as bad as I thought. It's still bad, but it's not that bad. It kind of tastes like a really wet corned beef hash sandwich with sugar in it. I've officially decided that I hate corned beef. Not only did it almost take my finger out earlier, the smell that it left in my apartment is gonna bother me for the next 2 days. From
In
now
all
on, this channel
honesty,
will avoid
this shit
corned
might
beef at
actually
all
taste
costs.
good.
I'll give it a 3 out of 10. In the submission, this was
3 out of
described
10.
as a girl dinner,
lying.
but not just any
Syrup went out
girl,
like
a
Bon
vegan
Appetit.
girl dinner. 2 slices of extra firm tofu, 1 piece of nori sheet.
That's
We'll
tofu?
Put the tofu on top of the nori sheet. And top it with, I give it a second chance, the Kewpie mayo. That's not vegan. And sriracha. The preferred topping of this subscriber is kimchi. Here comes the most important part of the recipe. She said that we have to eat it hunched over the kitchen counter. I mean, that's how I normally eat
So
anyways.
kimchi
Roll it up,
sushi.
cut it diagonally like a sandwich. Actually looking pretty good. Okay. I like how cold it is, honestly. It's like a great appetizer. Didn't know raw dog and tofu could be so enjoyable. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. What a great hack. Not that I constantly have access to these ingredients, but I'll be eating this for
Can
the
you
next
raw dog some tofu?
day and a half.
Next one, you
Yeah,
called
right,
it
tofu.
an awesome tofu smoothie submitted by
Tofu
a college
smoothie.
student struggling in the dorm room but found herself with an abundance
gonna have
of frozen
tofu
fruit.
and everything.
This time in the questionnaire, I forgot to ask for your names.
Like I
My bad.
said,
I really do want to get to know all of you. So for our
10,000
next video, the
subscribe.
submission's in the description. Give
And
us
we
a short
might-
introduction.
might
Sponge
actually
protein
like
smoothie
try
using
one of these.
Silken tofu. Another
I
vegan
could try to get these
girl
boys to
item.
actually try that shit.
1 whole block of silken tofu, a very ripe banana, filled about a cup of Greek yogurt, and we're supposed to sweeten it with like honey
Don't
or
check
maple
out-
syrup.
don't check
I don't
out
feel
our
like
shot.
grabbing those. Let's just do another banana. Have a little bit of milk.
Like
How can this be bad?
Okay, that look decent.
I understand like
amazing.
the
Love the
moldy
shade
part
of
of the
pink.
banana
Well,
is supposed to be
here-
like the
here's
sweetest.
Pepto.
Women's History Month. It's
Is the
as
moldy part
sweet
supposed
as
to be
I
that
like
good?
be, probably a good thing. I don't
The
really taste the tofu
banana,
at all.
no.
So what is the difference between this and a normal protein shake? It tastes great, but it wouldn't be my preferred way of consuming a protein shake. I'd much rather just have straight up protein powder and water. With the Fruity Pebble protein powder. Nice. See, this is so much better than the Hailey Bieber shake. Erewhon should start selling this. So first we heat up a pan with some tallow, of course. Sauteing some onions. Once it gets a little bit brown on the side, we'll crush in with our bare hands, crushing popcorn into the pan. I don't have popcorn, I only have Doritos. Doritos also from corn. And we'll saute it for 1 to 2 minutes and slap this mess between 2 pieces of bread. It reminds me of cooking like a tortilla soup. Close it up. Sandwich always tastes better when it's diagonal. This is like a...
Why does she actually look good?
Popcorn.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass it like Stockton.
It actually tastes amazing, I'm not kidding. Something about that tallow seeping into the Dorito makes it taste 10 times richer. I thought it would be very singular because it's just white bread and chips, but everything together has a very complex flavor profile. I'm not
like right now,
impressed,
if these are struggle meals that this generation like choose to find, this isn't that bad.
Now, as usual, the first European
pretty normal
recipe from
shit.
Germany. This one is called Schmetznudel. This Southern Frankfurt subscriber told us about this post-war dish from his great-grandmother, designed to use up old stale bread. For the pasta part, we're gonna do orzo, because I feel like if I don't use it now, I'll never use it. On top of the pasta, we'll do about half a cup of breadcrumbs. Here is our marinara of the day, I guess. Oh yes, this already looks very German. Try this German orzo applesauce pasta. I mean, it's definitely not good, but pasta and applesauce is not that bad either. I guess it reminds me of a rice pudding because of the orzo shape. 4 out of 10. This one I'm surprised we haven't done yet. So it's just
That's
basically
supposed to be
cooking
sweet.
down
That
a
shit's
can
nasty.
of baked beans. Look at that piece of bacon. Heat it up, and the recipe called for some sugar and syrup into this. I really don't think it needs any more, so we're just gonna keep it like that. Now all we need to do is just to cut in our hot dogs. You guys cannot comment on how good I am at handling glizzies. Once everything's heated through, it'll be done. From previous episodes of Struggle Meals, we learned that putting curry powder in baked beans takes it to a whole nother level. Season it with a teaspoon of it. So it's pretty much just like buttered chicken. Struggle meals.
I don't know.
Hot dogs.
I never
What a
liked beans.
classic.
Shit.
I think a lot of people do that.
Just takes me back to high school. After class, I'll go home. When I'm all alone, I'll do all sorts of things with hot dogs. It tastes amazing. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. This one's from Julian. It's called a German kraut.
I'm British, nigga.
Sort of like a way to dress up your average sauerkraut. First step, you're rendering out bacon fat. We'll add in our chopped onions and apples.
Alright.
I think every single German recipe we've done so far has some type of apples in
Bacon
it.
and
Either
apples.
applesauce or cut up apples. The apples are starting to caramelize a little bit. 1 whole bag of sauerkraut, some bouillon powder, paprika, chicken stock.
Bacon,
It
apple,
looks
and
like Christmas.
sauerkraut.
Leave it to simmer for 30 minutes. Get all
I
that
always
flavor
thought
infused into
sauerkraut
the
was
kraut.
on the level
Serving
of-
the apple flavored sauerkraut directly on some dogs. Julian also
Don't
told
they
us to
put
have
that
it
shit
with
on,
baked
like, hot
potato,
dogs?
but you know, no carbs and such. So, let's go. I guess because the sugar, vinegar, and the red from paprika is starting to taste like a kimchi stew. I had such low hopes. I guess in a way exceeded my expectations, but I don't think I'll take another
So I
bite.
said it tastes
5
like
out of 10.
kimchi.
This one's from
not
Australia,
that bad.
so you already know it involves Marmite. It's called a Marmite pasta. For continuity's sake, we're using orzo, butter, and I only have Vegemite.
Marmite.
I assume it's the same
Vegemite.
thing, right? Let me know in the comments. The only normal ingredient, Parmesan cheese. Okay, not too much though, because it's still a struggle meal. I mean, I do like butter pasta.
Parmesan
so I suppose this is
cheese
just
with the
seasoned with
Vegemite.
Vegemite.
What is that? That pasta shit?
You know what this looks like? It's starting to look like a soy sauce
Yeah.
fried rice.
Yeah, I don't know what the
So
fuck that shit
exactly like
is. I wasn't even
expected,
gonna lie
butter
to you.
pasta with a hint of Vegemite. Just so you know, personally, I
Like
really
using that,
like
like,
Vegemite.
lentils or
Sometimes
some
I'll
shit.
wake up in the middle of the night and I'll spread some Vegemite on crackers. I guess I can live in Australia. But I assume most of you won't enjoy this. So I'll give it a biased score of 8 out of 10.
Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka.
Put it
They are
inside
supposed
me.
to be struggle meals.
That was
Anything you
my
can make out of
impression
your
of my
house.
sister when she sees a syringe full of Ozempics, or when I
Ozempic.
learn a new diet hack.
This recipe, I guess it is a struggle meal, but more of like crazy diet trend that went on with the skinny girls of
Are we
China.
actually-
So these Shanghai girls came up with a way to save calories.
Hey, bro,
by
you was
making a
cooking.
fire
This
sauce
nigga
to
knows
stir
ball.
fry with literal rocks, and they suck on
Yeah,
the
the ones that
rock
she
for the
directly
flavor to
stepped
feel
on,
like
you
they
know.
ate a whole meal, but actually they just ate rocks.
I know they
I
use the
guess
rocks
it's pretty struggle meal.
Heat up.
I've seen this on Instagram. Never thought I'd be cooking it. The biggest problem that I foresee is finding these like perfect looking round pebbles in New York. So we're gonna go on an adventure and hunt for rocks. We're heading towards Stewart Park first to see if we can find some rocks. I feel like a millennial. Is this what millennials do when they're young, like without the internet and stuff? Should I rally them to help me find a rock? I'll walk up and be like, are you guys subscribed to Mr. Beast? I mean, Future Canoe. What's the difference, right? I've always wanted to try this taco shop. Wonder
Hey,
if
bro,
there's
the
like
Mexican
spiders
rocks.
coming out. This one looks really good, but it's like wet. There's a dog just pee on it. So excited.
That's what I'm saying.
Nice. Which one is the fish? I don't like
rock
when the
with the
fish
taco?
taco is not fried. Oh, this is a big one. Oh,
Brown.
that's a great one. But that's like too man-made,
You ever heard that?
you know? Like
That one
we need
kid that be
natural
chewing on
stuff.
pebbles.
Also verde. Mmm. That shit tender. Guacamole looks so
Yeah, that
fresh.
shit looks
Look at that bite.
nice.
Fish is a little
So what
fishy,
happened to the
not
struggle
in a
meal?
good way. Reminds me of the caviar we had last time. This one's a bad
Y'all
one.
niggas dead, bro. I had to cleanse
Alright,
my
chicken.
palate.
This can't go wrong. Yeah, the chicken's the best one. The best part about this place is everything's so fresh. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I will be
Shucking
back.
on rock.
8 out of 10 for the taco.
Oh.
For the rock.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Look how beautiful this one is.
I don't
Like,
know why I'm happy that
You
you
know
found the
this
stone
is
that he
formed
can
by a
suck
stream,
on.
not some man-made shit. Alright, I'm keeping this. Also, guys, I just stepped in shit.
And you
Moving
still
on to
want to eat
India, Our
rock.
next recipe is called Bagan Karbara. This is a classic easy dish for a lot of Indian households, starting with one large
Eggplants.
eggplant. Why did I say it like that? Because that's how this person typed it. Large, round, shiny, purple eggplant. I don't know what this person is hinting at. So to that, we're gonna poke a bunch of holes and stuff garlics inside the holes. When the eggplant looks like it's caught some type of bad infection, we can start roasting it. Open flame.
Garlic eggplant.
Reminds me how I used to be friends with this girl
Ooh,
from
garlic
Qatar, and
eggplant
every time I go to
parmesan.
her house to eat dinner, her dad would be roasting a huge eggplant to make
Nigga might
baba.
know something.
I wonder how they're doing now in the Middle East. While that's roasting, we're gonna never-ending beef tallow. Never knew how juicy eggplants are. A little bit of black stuff left, but charring never hurt nobody. Mushy eggplant, we'll start mashing it. Masala. With 2 pieces of white ass bread, we will serve this Indian
Not gonna
household
lie.
dish. A bruschetta. A bruschetta.
That shit looks like kimchi.
An Indian bruschetta.
I fuck with it. I could probably
Could have
bust that
done it
shit
without
down.
the bread. I wish I had some pita chips to go with it. I feel like it would be
That
better.
shit's-
Love the
you said fuck
spices
the
and
bread,
masala
get some
mix,
chips
and
in
a
that
little
bitch.
bit of the charring from the eggplant actually helped to deepen
I'm
the
not-
flavor.
I'm
Yeah,
not touching
overall, a
that shit.
very intense dish. And I feel like it's a pretty decent struggle meal because all you need is tomatoes and 1 really large eggplant, and they're generally pretty cheap. But the process is a little bit complicated. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The submission says the Utapam is made of semolina
Yeah,
flour.
did you see that shit?
And he ended this whole thing with, I didn't measure anything. Improv off the dome type of recipe. Guesstimating everything.
I don't
so some
measure
water,
anything.
yogurt, salt, flour, about a key
How do you
bump
know
of
if it's too
baking
much
soda,
water?
tomato, onions. Our savory pancake is complete. Let's move over to start stirring a lot of oil. I already know this pancake's gonna be good. And it tastes like a dry aged steak.
Hey, bro. We all been
Damn,
there.
I don't think
We
I've
all
ever
been there.
flipped the pancake
Show
without
some
doing
love.
this. Damage control.
He been cooking this whole time.
Not bad, huh?
Taking a look.
Gonna get the corner piece. Okay, I actually really like it. It gets kind of crispy on the edges. The dough itself just tastes like a savory crepe. I like how there's like little pieces of onions in there.
Maybe
I'll
it's-
give it a
it's a
6 out
crepe,
of 10,
though.
but high potential.
Can it be a boiling water fire?
What the f y'all talking about?
This dish is extremely straightforward, pretty much just sauteing eggs with
It's a funny
Takis.
ass
But I feel like
nigga,
we've done similar things before on the channel, so we're gonna
compared
dress
to
it up a
today,
little
that's
bit.
yesterday.
I'm gonna start with the Gordon Ramsay style
for being
classic
black.
French scrambled eggs, the soft and fluffy one, and then season with crumbled Takis on top. And at this point, you're probably asking, what are Takis? They're like little taquitos, but I like to taki to you. On
My
film.
throat kind of hurt
A
already.
cold
looking
pan,
at this
start
shit.
with cold
Straight
egg.
Takis in a bowl with
No
eggs.
salt, because the salt would draw out too
Ow.
much moisture. It wouldn't be
Why?
as fluffy. A whole cube of butter. And just start kind of scrambling.
You have?
And little by little, the butter is going to emulsify into the eggs and incorporate air
I
at
see
the
you
same
making
time.
some
So
diabolical
eventually
shit
we're
like
gonna get
this.
that fluffiness. You know, the French really eat like grandma.
Might have
A
to
lot of
grab
their
a
food
plate.
is just creamy, soft, fluffy, you know. I like it.
He
The
sounded
curdling
sincere
is
when he said that,
intensifying,
ain't gonna lie.
like, you know, keeping
You
off the
almost had
bottom
me
of
for
the
a
pan
second.
gets a little bit difficult, and it's really creamy. We'll cool the temperature down
Why
with
the
a
fuck this shit
tablespoon
so-
of sour cream. Turn off the heat. This will stabilize
Why
the
is it so
eggs,
creamy? It's
stop
just
and
butter.
Retard
Michelin
the
ass
cooking
egg.
process. Throw up consistency.
Mmm. Like the
This
popcorn.
is exactly like what I eat every day. Like a little bit of strawberry mixed into cottage cheese. Wow. So we're supposed to serve it with toast. I don't know about serving with toast, but balance it out. This is the most surprising dish of the day. I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5. We have nori sheet, some Philadelphia cream cheese. Before I tell you the last ingredient, let me ask you something. What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi. So what is this dish called?
use that
It's like
dope
a
one,
Japanese bagel. Give it a bit of a kick. I can't do too much though.
That shit gonna give you a kick, alright.
Each move for not tearing it. Little taste, but
No, look at these. I made sushi roll. I feel like we can actually take these to a street fair and sell money for it.
I think cream cheese.
It tastes like a Philadelphia roll. Don't need to explain the
Yeah,
reasons.
it's not bad.
The cream cheese is so
not bad.
powerful that it's taking over that fishy
I don't know
smell
about
from
the
the
wasabi. I
nori,
don't think I
and
ever
that
tried it.
hint of wasabi comes in to interact with the fatty content of the cheese. I'm starting to get why this dish makes sense. It's kind of like a low carb, low calorie, healthier version of bagel bites. Just a canvas to deliver cream cheese into your mouth. I'll do this again. This next one is
So
called
from
drunk
this
beef,
point on-
and it only has 3 ingredients.
You're probably
It's a
not
ribeye
gonna want to
that
make this
We're
shit.
probably gonna waste. You think my dad's back, but no, we're actually just using this to cook.
How
oh,
much?
that's good shit.
This is the cheapest bourbon I
much?
could find, and we need to completely
How
cover
much?
the beef. At high heat, we'll just wait for it to come to a simmer, I guess. Are we in a frat house because
Y'all
it
wanna do
smells
this
like
with
straight
Jack
up
Daniels?
meat and
gotta
alcohol?
sear it.
We'll let this
Put it in the
rest
pan.
and dry for a little bit. Also season it all over with
Hey, bro.
salt.
20
Never-ending tallow.
20 views.
Yeah, you might be.
And
on
we'll
to
do
something.
this shit with Hennessy.
You might be on to something. A little more seasoning. Hold on, watch this here.
Can't believe the only recipe that
20
actually
views
fits my
and we'll do this
macros
shit with
today,
Hennessy.
is soaked in whiskey. I mean, the crust is pretty good, I have to
Apple
say.
flavored
Let's separate the ribeye cap, my favorite cut. Alcoholism. Actually, that's pretty well. I don't taste the whiskey, but I do feel like maybe boiling it before made it more tender, or maybe I accidentally made a good steak. The recipe said we have to chase it down with the boiling liquid. That's actually not bad. I feel like my testosterone just rose up a little. A whole bottle of whiskey and a ribeye, bro. This ain't struggle meal. bowl, some milk. Run out of milk, but my dad's not back. So I'm gonna use some of my roommate's milk. To the milk, we'll mix in some bananas. This part is looking a little.
Yeah, I seen the beef
dangerous.
jerky too. Boy.
Finally, since it's a protein cereal, we're gonna cut in some beef jerky.
No fresh bananas.
Don't forget the beef jerky.
Our most important garnish. Oh yeah. Get that calorie in. Let's do this.
Where's cereal?
Taste-wise, I don't want to rate this. I feel like I just wasted precious protein from the beef jerky.
I think sound, bro.
I'm saving the most interesting for last. I don't think we need much talking for this
Peanut
segment.
butter pickles. Hey bro, we could have been talking about something. I'm just thinking like we could have had a commentary video. Now we watching a nigga drizzle some peanut butter on some pickles on bread.
I've seen a lot of bread, honestly.
The struggle meals.
Fuck the pickles.
Wow, I don't know how we've done 5
sandwich.
struggle meal videos and never
Shit
come across
nasty,
this.
bro.
This seems so... Alright, no more talking.
I don't think that would be the great
It's actually not bad.
idea for us.
You know, once you
actually
bite
not
into
that
it,
bad.
the pickle releases salty
You could
brownie
bite into the
juice. It
pickle.
turns into sort of like a pad thai flavored sauce enclosed by the bread. Peanut butter and pickles. I didn't expect it to work, and the pickle kind of balanced out the fattiness
you want
too.
pad thai,
this is pretty genius.
but
I'm
you're
glad we end on a good note.
in the
'cause
struggle
previous episodes,
financial.
I almost died at the last recipe. So
Finances,
I'll
you
give
hear
this
me?
an 8 out of 10. You should try it yourself.
Go eat
To
it.
be honest, this has been the best struggle meal episode so far on this channel. I enjoyed all of them so much, so
That had
thank
to
you.
start
Just
off
want
as
to
a
remind
pregnancy
us
crazy.
that these recipes aren't just about
What?
Yeah, I don't like pickles, but I like peanut butter.
Give a shout out to this man. This man, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be our best chef. Binging with Bavis, he gonna be the next one. We gonna see Binging with Canoe. Shit. So how y'all feel about the struggle meals? What was y'all favorite meal?
Definitely that steak with the, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, give us like a good 20 views. We could probably cook that steak. That shit's not that hard. That shit easy as fuck.
I got 2. It was
You
the
gonna eat
steak, and the other one
the
was
egg
a
one.
waffle.
Just say you want the gas station meat,
orange
cuz. Just say you want the gas station meat. I go get you Slim Jim right now. Some beef jerky. Go look away, cuz. Hey, bro, I'm just surprised. I don't know, unless them fucking Twitch niggas coming after like dark, late as fuck. I don't know. I'm surprised no one said anything. Surprised we ain't get the same viewership we had. Love when these niggas be more talkative.
Start begging them boys, just like,
Nah. Them boys gay. Probably on Twitch. I don't know. I can't say I'll get banned on YouTube for most of the things I do, but Twitch, they be allowing too much. Shit. This nigga still talking? Yep, he's still on that fucking David shit. Everybody's reacting to this bit. Oh. Y'all boys been waiting for the David situation. If we could find a decent video for it, I'll probably play that bit. Huh? Found a decent video for it.
Yeah, y'all, so this is the case that, like, I've definitely been following. I just been busy on the road with the catches and everything. So now that I have time to go over it, like, I really want to talk to opinions on this. This is a raw and crime network. They're over here talking about it. I saw that there was like a lot of false information also spread about the case, and a lot of people are like, "Why are they just arresting him? Why are they just?"
You gotta be able to hear this shit too.
Because you don't want a OJ Simpson situation. You know what I mean? You don't want his defense team to be able to plant plausible doubt in the juror's mind, and they acquit him of the charges, because then nothing could be brought back up against him. So I think it's best that they took their time, and I'm actually surprised bro didn't off himself in this time. Like, I'm actually genuinely surprised, but let's go over it.
We are following major breaking news tonight. Singer David has been arrested in connection to the murder of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas, according to the LAPD. This is a case that stretches back more than 2 years to when she was last seen alive. Her decomposed body found in the trunk of David's Tesla late last year. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
Man, rest in peace to that little girl, man. Rest in peace.
All right, let's get to this breaking news coming in right now from Los Angeles. A bombshell announcement by the LAPD. I want you to take a look right here. This is the post that was put out by the public information officer with the Los Angeles Police Department on social media, announcing the singer, known as David, had been arrested by homicide detectives in LA, quote, for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Now, David, his real name...
So, they got him in. They're saying he is connected to the murder. Now, this is the crazy thing about it, man. If you guys don't know how this works, so usually with a case this big, if there was a lot of evidence, he would have already been indicted, right? So he hasn't been indicted, meaning that the charges are officially stuck. Because for like the last 6 months, they've been battling with the grand jury. So I'm gonna explain, like, because I didn't know this either, but I just learned this all through preg catching. When you're charged with a felony crime, right, chat? Not a misdemeanor like trespassing or nothing, like a felony crime, like burglary, SA, or murder in this case, what they do is, you know how like they have a jury of 12 people to decide whether you're guilty or not? Before that, they have a jury. It's not just 12 people, it could be even more. Like, I went to a grand jury trial, and it was like 30 people for one of our preg catches. And what they do is they show the people all the evidence, and the people in that jury have to decide whether or not there is enough evidence here that this crime plausibly happened. Okay? So this is how it works. So let's say I just robbed the store, right? I just robbed the store, armed robbery, right? What the prosecutor will do is they will show this grand jury of a bunch of people, like me pointing the gun connected to me, facial recognition, my car being there, all of this. They're gonna show the grand jury all that stuff, right? And the grand jury has to decide, hey, there is enough evidence here that we could charge, that we could say he might have done this. It's not saying you're guilty, but it's just saying that there's enough evidence that, like, you are associated with this crime, right? Now, in his case, they've been battling with a grand jury to try to indict him, but what I'm assuming has happened is, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm assuming that there was not enough evidence for the grand jury to indict him. I don't know if he's been true billed. So what true billed is there was this case in Cleveland, Texas, right? Where a dad caught his son and his wife, which was the son's mom, sleeping together, right? The son was of age, but still, it's illegal for incest, right? And they brought the case to a grand jury, and they decided to true bill it. So I'm gonna just look up true bill so I can, like, I just don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna show you guys what true bill means. So true bill means. So this is what it means, true bill. So a true bill is a bill of indictment found by a grand jury to be supported by sufficient evidence to justify the hearing of a case, right? So if it's true billed, that means you're gonna be officially indicted. If it's no billed, that means that that jury says there's not enough evidence to say that this person should be indicted of a crime. He has not been officially indicted yet, okay? He hasn't been officially indicted yet, so that's just letting me know that the evidence might not be that high. I don't know what all they have, but the fact that the DA hasn't officially filed the charges and the fact that the grand jury hasn't true billed him is not a good sign. It's not a good sign to me.
Name is David Burke. He is now being held without bond, and he hasn't been charged as of yet. The LAPD says that his case will be presented to the DA on Monday.
So you see, he hasn't been charged yet, Chad, okay? He has not been charged yet. Chad, we can all just get arrested, you know what I mean? You can be arrested for anything at any time, but that doesn't mean you're necessarily charged until either the DA says you're charged or you've been officially indicted because a grand jury's seen the evidence, right? I believe that those are the only two ways to be officially charged. So they just arrested him to arrest him. I don't know why they did that. I genuinely don't. I mean, you've been looking at this for the only thing I could think is the DA might have just been like, okay, we feel like we have enough evidence that we can take this to trial. So you guys go on and arrest him. We're going to look over everything again, and then we're going to charge him on our side. That's the only thing I could think.
For filing consideration. We're going to go over the process here in just a moment. This is a case that has taken months to get to this point. I know so many of you have been following this, and now it seems like the next step, a major step, is still something that's going to take some time before we learn a lot of information about this case. And we'll be talking to former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani about that here in just a moment. But as we focus now on this announcement, it may feel like a long time coming because David was announced as a suspect in November of 2025. Now, before we get into what will happen.
So the fact that they released that they see him as a suspect, I can see two reasons why they did that. They could have said that he's a suspect to A, try to spook him, or people associated with him in talking, ratting. They probably had people following, tailing him. They want to see how he would react by saying he's a suspect. I can see that being one reason why they put that out to the public. Another reason I can see why they did that is because they were probably facing a lot of backlash from the public as well. Why aren't you guys charging this man? You know, the court of public opinion right now is that he did this without a shadow of a doubt. So to take some of that flack off them, they probably put that out there as well. I can see it.
Next, I do want to get you up to speed on this case because it is one that has been going on in some ways months, in other ways years. According to the LAPD, this all started in September of 2025, and that is when officers responded to an impounded lot in Hollywood after there were reports of a foul odor coming from a vehicle, a Tesla. Now that vehicle, it had been towed days earlier after it was found on a street, abandoned, it seemed, in Los Angeles. Now police say that vehicle, that Tesla, it was registered to David Burke. And many people in the music community know him by just one name, David, D4VD. Now when detectives searched that car, they found a body, and that body was later identified as a 14-year-old girl. Her name, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Her body was in the front storage area of the Tesla. That's like the trunk of the vehicle, and it was in a state of decomposition.
Yo, chat, I'm gonna be real. If you don't have a Tesla, like you guys don't really realize how small the front trunk is, right? Like, I have a Tesla. For my people out there that have Teslas, the front trunk is super, super tiny. So the fact that they even fit her body in there, the front, is that is so scary. And the reason why they probably were able to fit it in there is because, you know, they found her body chopped up. But it's not like, it is a tight space where they fit her body in.
Position, law enforcement said. Investigators have said that Celeste may have been dead for weeks before she was discovered. The teen's mom told investigators that she was last seen and heard from in April of 2024. So here we are in April of 2026 with David now under arrest in connection to her murder. The last time she was seen alive, according to her mom, all the way back roughly 2 years ago. Her mom also added another point about her daughter, and it was that she had a boyfriend named David. Now, by late 2025, sources were telling ABC News that David was being considered a suspect in the case, but no charges had been filed. Yet behind the scenes, a grand jury had been hearing evidence in the case, including Burke's reported travel to the Santa Barbara area of California during the spring of 2025, and a search of the Hollywood Hills property where he was reportedly staying, and reports of a high heat burn cage found at that location. Then we go to January of this year, 2026. David's alleged close friend, a man named Neo Langston, was arrested in Montana for failing to appear as a witness in a Los Angeles grand jury investigation. And a week after that, Langston was spotted entering a Los Angeles courthouse and reportedly testified before the grand jury. But since then, for the most part, frankly, crickets in this case. No real developments, of course, until now. Joining us now to talk about this.
So, chat, notice how he didn't say that grand jury decided to true bill him. You know, I'm gonna be real, man. Like, if they had more solid evidence, bro, he would have been up out of here. You know, me personally, if you ask me, I do think either he did murder her or has something heavy to do with it, right? But the fact that it's been drawn out this long.
See, there's a lot of things that always got me with this case. Like the bird cage, they constantly bring that up. Funny thing is, in this type of situation, the bird cage can be just something that he just had, and the fact that he had it at the wrong place, wrong time, it's lined up towards the evidence in this situation. He could, and I do honestly believe, if he did not commit the murder, he played a part into it. Same thing, like, can't just have these people working around you being able to cover up all this bullshit without you knowing or playing some type of part.
Just lets me know either he covered his tracks really, really well, or it's just was such over a long period of time, the police can't find enough to have everything stick solidly. You know what I mean? So the fact that they're arresting him now, and you know he hasn't even been true billed and all of that, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm nervous that the LAPD is just gonna hope that they can BS their way through this trial. I am nervous about that. I think that they might be. I think that they might try to BS their way through this trial and go off the fact that David was with this young girl. He was found in his car, and they're gonna hope that the jury agrees with them. And to a lot of people, that's enough. But you know, when you have a jury of 12 people, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And David has a lot of money. He could get a good lawyer, put a lot of reasonable doubt in the timeline. You know what I mean?
Breaking news. Former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani, president of West Coast Trial Lawyers. Always great to have you on Long Crime. Big story out of Los Angeles tonight. Just what's your reaction? Because we have been covering this for so long about David's arrest.
Chris, my reaction is better late than never. I think this was something that we've all been expecting. When a body is found decomposing in the frunk of your Tesla, and
you see, chat, that's the frunk right there. So if you don't know how Teslas work, you have storage in the back and you have storage in the front. But the storage, because there's no engine, obviously. But the storage in the front is very tiny.
Has been a young girl who's been missing for quite some time, and there's plenty of evidence that she ran away with you or a member of your entourage. I think there was a lot of evidence here pointing to David, and really the question was, what really took so long? And I think my initial reaction is, you know, I live and work in LA. I respect law enforcement, that things can move slowly here. But I think this investigative grand jury, I think, really is the answer. I think the DA wanted to lock in some members of David's inner circle to make sure that they cooperate, they don't go sideways at trial, and I think that's what they were waiting on before they ended up arresting.
Okay, so this is also how it works. So at least this is how I know, right? You can have it to where APD investigates something, right? The regular police department, sheriff department, whatever, they turn it over to the DA review it, and they decide whether or not they're going to press charges. Another way you can do it, and I've actually had this way with the volleyball coach we caught, where the DA, district attorney's office, has their own investigators, right? So imagine like a police department inside of the DA. Their investigators can investigate crimes as well. From what I'm seeing in here, it seems like the DA and their investigators do their own thing too. And it seems like they're gonna just be going off of witness testimony. It seems like this is gonna be one of the things where you're not gonna be able to, if you just left it to the evidence, David will walk free, more than likely. But just from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they really got his friends hemmed in, and they're gonna be using his friends to rat on him, telling the jury about their relationship, telling the jury probably about fights they had, probably about talks about how he doesn't want to be with her anymore, or, and maybe that's why he killed her, because she can ruin his career if it comes out of her age. I don't know. The prosecutor has to tell the best story, because at the end of the day, that's all it is you have to tell the best story. The defense and the prosecutor have to tell the best story to the jury, and the jury has to decide what story sounds more likely happened,
So the announcement that came from the LAPD's TIO account says he's been arrested in connection to the murder of Celeste Rivas, and then it says that he's being held without bond, and then the case is going to be reviewed by the DA's office on Monday, or it goes in front of the DA's office on Monday. Like, if you can just walk us through the process of how that works, as opposed to them saying tonight, he has been charged with this and he's going to make his first appearance tomorrow.
Well, typically when you're talking about the DA, it's a reactive case. It's not like this. Law enforcement, they arrest someone, they prepare a report, that file lands on the DA's desk, and there's a charging DA that makes a decision. It's a little bit different in this case because it's more of a proactive investigation. Obviously, Celeste Rivas has been missing for quite some time and has been dead for also quite some time. So you have this case that has been worked on for more than 6 months now. I mean, I think, if I recall correctly, Celeste's body was found in September. Yeah. We all saw the video of the car being impounded and that search. Then, of course, law enforcement executed search warrants at David's home. Again, months and months ago. So this is the type of case that isn't just a file that lands on some DA's desk. This is a case that is being directed by prosecutors at the district attorney's office.
The reason why, so that's what I was saying, the reason why the district attorney office is probably so involved with this case is that they know what can hurt them and what can help them in the courtroom. So I feel like the DA, they saw that, the evidence, because more than likely, they're not going to be able to determine a cause of death from the body because it was so badly decomposed. So if you can't, and that's fine, right? Because there was a case not too long ago where this dude killed his wife and nobody knows where her body is to this day. Nobody. Her body is just gone. And so there was no body at the trial, but they were still able to charge him with murder. Because he said that she fell down the stairs and he got nervous, so he, chopped her up and buried her. And what he was hoping for, he would just get charged with improper burial of a body. Because that's a crime. You can't just bury a body somewhere. There's proper procedures you have to report it, all of that. But they were like, F that, you're getting charged with murder. And he got hit with a murder charge. So the fact that they can't definitively say that she was murdered just from the body autopsy itself isn't that big of a deal. It can hurt the case a lot, but it's not a deal breaker.
Convene this investigative grand jury, and we know that a grand jury has two functions. In most states and at the federal level, their function is to indict, but it also has an investigative function. They have subpoena power, so they can subpoena people, witnesses, they can subpoena information and documents, and that's what the grand jury was doing in this case. So it seems to me that the prosecution has this all buttoned up right now. This isn't the type of case they're reacting to. This is a case where they think we not only have enough probable cause to get that arrest warrant and get past a preliminary hearing, but we have enough to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury at trial.
Do you think that this came as a surprise to David tonight, this arrest?
I think given how long it's taken, maybe folks had forgotten about it. But obviously, there's been a lot of attention on this.
That's my biggest thing about this case. I know y'all probably haven't heard us talk, didn't even see us, but like, my biggest thing about this is people forgot about it. It's been so long. I want to know what's like the in between. Was it the fact that he's been running? Was it the fact that they couldn't get past his lawyers? I want to know, why haven't this been something more mainstream? Why bring it up now?
Case, and frankly, a lot of negative media attention. Again, I sit here in LA, and a lot of folks are asking, what is LAPD doing? How could a young girl be missing for so long? How could her teacher give an interview saying that she ran off with someone named David? How could her body be found in the trunk of a vehicle? I mean, even if it was an accident, that in and of itself is potentially a crime. So why haven't any arrests been made?
I would do a catch.
And I think really now we're going to know the answer very soon. I think the information is going to come out. We're going to have a lot more of the evidence, whether it's witness testimony, cooperators, whether it's electronic evidence, cell phones, social media. There's a lot of people watching.
So they don't know. But that's like the biggest thing for this. I want to know what's the in between. Because throughout all this time, stories can change. Stuff can get faded. Stuff can get flipped. We only have the evidence that we have. If they're talking about having some type of electronic trace towards this, throughout all this time, unless they like been constantly on this, wouldn't you think it's like almost a little bit too late?
Social media sleuths, detectives,
God forbid.
You know, they've followed that digital footprint, right? And they've seen, you know, pictures.
Bro, I mean, freaking TikTok damn near solved the case, man. Finding old live streams of her in there, finding photos of him, meeting up in the town where she's from, where like some of her friends took pictures of him. You know, so if that's what TikTok found, imagine what detectives found working behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Now, the only thing you got to try to like, the thing that's gonna probably get this all in motion, and probably what had happened is maybe his friends ratted on him. This was the night he killed her. Maybe he had one of them drive her somewhere. You know, I don't know if there was any surveillance video of where the car was left the first time before it got towed to that parking lot. But you know, if they found ring camera footage pointing and seeing who got out of that car, you just find out who that person was. Hey, we'll give you this lighter sentence if you tell us what happened. He's like, David said this, do this, and then, you know, now we're here. So, you know, in the small likelihood that he beats this case, I mean, freaking, at least in the small likelihood that he beats the murder case, they can hit him with so many other things. You know what I mean? But I do think that they got him. I'm just curious why they didn't get just a regular indictment. Maybe they didn't want things leaking, but I don't think it would have. I really wonder.
On social media, the two seemingly together, and I think all.
Yeah, the Tesla footage. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Footage on the Tesla. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one.
I didn't even think of that. The footage of the Tesla. That shit got like 8 cameras.
No, man, no. Well, then, when you got LAPD's attention like this, when it comes
again, why isn't this stuff like? I don't have no problem with all that. My problem is, why wasn't all this stuff looked upon sooner? I know it takes time. They don't want cases to be disclosed to the public eye type bullshit like that. But the way that they're making it sound that this information is stuff that they're just recently getting, and they barely have any information. So let's say they are hiding the information that they can't disclose to the public eye, the what ifs and shit like that. Then that's still pushed saying that this is majority of the information that they know. Just speculations and leads to what they can find. Hell, TikTok does a better job in searching into people's lives. Like how KdDa1 says, it seemed like these online warriors can sit here and fucking find someone's date of birth, find their socials, find all that shit if it's needed. So in this situation, like, I really feel like this should have been something that was easily dealt with, unless there's really more to it. And I'm not saying that David didn't do what he did. I'm just saying, like, again, it could have been someone else under him who did it. It could be more than just him.
These high-profile cases, man, they're not gonna give you a slap on the wrist, you know, because you know these people got egos. You know, they're gonna go harder for this case because he has a name. Especially, you know, like we all know what happened with the OJ trial. They're not gonna let another famous black guy get off the hook.
Like, I'm gonna say this, like, before KdDa1 goes on with his rant saying what he's saying, it's funny, like, OG's famous, David's famous. So even though, like, he has his own life, he's probably not around the person 24/7, yet there has to be people around him who would have knew about this situation that happened. Believe it or not, that leads more of a cause for those people around him to be arrested. That's more than one person who's committing this crime. That's why I want to know, why didn't this get pressed on? Why is it all falling back on just him? There should be a few people that is getting looked into at this time. We should be getting more information on not just David, but the people around him. I know you can't accuse innocent people, but don't he have a driver? Don't he have a manager? Don't he have a cameraman? People that would majority be around him like all the time?
Yeah, but I feel like for the most part, it's going to be him that's taking all the fall for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that.
Unless he going to try to bring them niggas down with him.
But I feel like it can't be just him. That's my mindset. It can't be just him. Because statistically, for all this shit to go down like this, I really don't believe it was him. I believe it has to be majority of multiple people moving together to make sure this shit was covered up. It had to be, because I feel like even if there was no physical signs, there had to be movement of the person. They had to know she was there. Even if they wasn't like moving her in the car, they was probably saying here being able to move her into that position, into the car. That would be the main thing. So where was her from in between that moment? Same thing. We know that David got away. He was able to go away, evading police. So what happened between that time while he was actually gone before the police apprehended him? Those are the moments that I mostly care about. At least I'm more interested about.
Those are sort of bricks in the wall that are going to eventually be the reason that David is convicted in this case.
And beyond that too, I mean, I think when you think about the LAPD, like celebrities, it's not a big deal for them, for other police departments across the country. When you look at the timeline, you know, yeah, the case like certainly has these elements that we follow the developments along the way, but how much did the celebrity of David add to the timeline it took for him to be arrested in connection to this? And we'll see what they specifically accuse him of.
Well, it's interesting. The celebrity factor, people think it helped.
Bro, how does the dude getting interviewed have better audio and visual equipment than the dude doing the interview? That don't even make no sense, man. Like, you guys got a random dude that came on, and I can hear him clearer than the interviewer. The interviewee is clearer than the interviewer.
I don't necessarily think it helps being a celebrity in LA. In fact, it draws more attention to it. I mean, obviously, look, you know, the case I kind of give the example of recently, she was just sentenced, Matthew Perry, right? He was involved in a drug-related death. He was a victim.
I'm going to say this. I know, like, in most of my time, I'll be saying here, like, hey, bro, why the fuck do y'all make people like this famous? I'll give my respect to the community of people out here who know about David, let's say that, who knows who this individual is, who knows how, like, weird the situation was and who was on spot. Most of the time, especially now, reason why I really can't complain about it is because y'all boys be on it, honestly. The second that someone does something fucked up, the whole internet goes in a spiral. And I know most people be like, oh, why the fuck are we yada yada. It's good to know these people are out here. It's good to know so we could displatform them. So we don't give people that do certain fucked up things a platform. So, like, even shit like this. David, the fact that he's famous, I don't think that's hindering anything. Probably the only thing, y'all gave him money so he could escape longer from the police. For all the people who was fans. But at the same time, I wouldn't call that anything different. Like anything different from what's going on normally in the media. Most likely he just made his escape. Y'all instantly figured out once he got famous, around the time he started blowing up, this charge got down. Like, it felt like a one after the other type situation. It instantly happened. So, trust me, this...
I feel some of this is clip based, so you know what I'm saying, like, I only know for sure if it's posted on the news or some shit like that.
This shit was posted a few times, trust me.
But the fact that, you know, the Ketamine Queen, Jasmine's song Killing Matthew Perry, that, and again, I'm not naive.
You got
that
some
case was
smart ass people on the internet that can find anything.
Case when
that's willing to find anything
with ketamine. So
it's like Renona Ryder. You know, the girl from Beetlejuice 1 and 2, the mom. She was also the mom in Stranger Things, chat. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? But anyway, so her, back in like the early 2000s, she got caught stealing clothes at like this beauty store, right? And the LA prosecutors went hard on her because she also had like some like prescription drugs on her that she shouldn't have had. So they were trying to get her like, bro, they were treating her like Pablo Escobar, you know? So definitely, like, when these people get celebrities or people with status, it makes these prosecutors go harder. I mean, I've dealt with it. When I got arrested and stuff, the prosecutors would be on my ass, you know? Like, I shouldn't be out here having to spend $20,000 on, like, the best lawyers in Houston to get these cases dismissed over some trespassing. But no, with me, like, it's like they would take it as a challenge. They were like, "Oh, you think because you're a big YouTuber, you can do whatever you want? Oh, we got you." And it's just how it is.
Nah, that's another thing I was talking in the last stream. Y'all boys like to, what was the word? Fucking make everybody the majority, basically, especially when it comes to content creators and famous people. Because, like, let's say someone like KdDa1, in his regard, if he would say something like, oh, I was a content creator, most likely there would be someone who would want to make an example out of that. Someone who don't care about his platform, don't care about his status, don't care about how many views he get. And they're going to sit here and think, oh, that's a challenge. You're most likely just saying that just to say it for a flex. Or, like, and I could think that for anything. Imagine being a good boxer. But, you know, you ain't bulletproof, nigga. Nigga, I'm a boxer. I ain't bulletproof. No, the fuck you talking? Like, you bring off the subject. Like,
nigga, I'm a boxer. I'm not a superhero.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I be seeing these people with these type of mindsets. I be feeling bad because how do you really, like, majoritize a person? Goddamn, I know that wasn't.
The celebrity factor draws attention to it. The reality is we're talking about the case here on Law and Crime because it's David. And, you know, there are many young girls that go missing, and I'm not talking about it. I'm not asked to speak about it, and it doesn't make it any different. It doesn't make it any less right. There's women that are trafficked, they're sexually abused, they're victims of violence, they're even murdered, you know, hundreds, thousands every single day. So I think the celebrity factor probably ended up drawing more attention to it, both law enforcement and prosecution attention to the case because of who David is.
And chat, man, you know, I don't mean to be rude about this at all, but, you know, there are thousands of Celeste Rivas in America, right? And the only reason she is getting the attention that she is on her case is because who they think did it to her. And
They right. Another thing, a reason why I feel like there has to be more hands into it is because of the person who did it to her. It's so easy to like manipulate it into the favor where he did something wrong to bring anything. That's like another understanding why like why they not throwing out all that evidence. But at the same time, if all the evidence been lining up since this point, like what is the final clue that you're looking for? That's my mindset. And how I'm saying and making it sound like they don't really got any evidence. That's the part that surprised me the most.
And that is not a shot at her at all. I think that's indicative of our today's system where, you know, we don't care about the victims, we care about the the monsters more. Like, chat, with all this evidence, if same situation, but it's a guy that's a nobody, right? Celeste Rivas' case is gonna be a cold case, chat. I'm just keeping it a buck. It's a cold case, gonna be swept up under the rug, and I think that's horrible. I think that's horrible that our children have to be violated by a celebrity and murdered by a celebrity, allegedly, for there to be justice for them.
Right, and even when you think of LA, I mean, we've talked about Nick Reiner recently, very different circumstances in that case, but I mean, just the amount of attention, the amount of cameras at court when he makes an appearance, it's just different than other families that have dealt with issues like that. When you look at this case going forward, I remember Neil Langston.
Someone in chat said, Fortnite still got David's emote and Invincible still got that episode. This is the problem, man. Okay, Fortnite still got that emote and Invincible still has that episode out. So do we need to take down every single game that O.J. Simpson ever played in? Do we need to take out every movie that O.J. Simpson was in? I can't think of any other celebrities that committed murder, but you know what I mean?
David's friends, he gets arrested for not cooperating with this grand jury. What stands out to you just about the way, at least on the outside, it seems that prosecutors have been going about this?
Yeah, think about that case. If I recall correctly, here's someone who...
Shit, y'all even got someone like KdDa1 who's able to say y'all could take the artists and separate them from the art. Like, I could add more to the examples that he could add on. Can y'all literally look at R. Kelly and say that delete all his music? I could, but in most situations, like when you got people like that, there's a lot of people like this. There's a lot of celebrities that are probably doing some wild shit that we would never even know about. Other than celebrities, there's probably like someone that you would see every day that you wouldn't know that could be a creep. It's good to have this awareness out. That's another thing why I love the shit that KdDa1 do. I wish there was like better awareness, especially out in our society.
Refused to testify before the grand jury, and the DA's office went out of state to get an arrest warrant to bring him back to California.
Less sick niggas like
That's
this.
How seriously they're taking this case, if I recall correctly. So this isn't any other case. This isn't any other runaway. This isn't any other young girl who is the victim of violence. I mean, this case has been treated differently, as it should. Look, I wish LAPD had unlimited resources and time to go after all these cases, all these young girls. Their lives matter, and it's sad that this is unfortunately a tale that's all too common. Obviously, we don't know what happened here. We don't know if it was an accident. She was murdered intentionally. She overdosed. She was trafficked. I mean, there's all sorts of speculation out there. I don't know exactly what happened. But what we do...
I mean, no, she definitely was trafficked. I mean, he had her running away, all of that. It's the whole thing of, how did she die? What do you guys think? You know? Were they doing drugs around the fireplace and she overdosed? Did he get in a fit of rage and kill her? Did one of his friends kill her? Did she just die of natural cause? Who's to say?
No, this is a young girl that was missing for quite some time. She had run away at least once before, and it took a very long time to find her. So I think during that time period, there's going to be a lot of evidence. Obviously, we've seen some of the video evidence the last time she was seen. Again, I expect there to be a lot of digital evidence. It's going to be a strong case, I think, when it's all said and done.
And when it comes to this kind of how the mechanics of the whole situation works out. So if he's arrested tonight, he's being held without bond. He hasn't specifically been charged with anything. And then you have, on Monday, it's going to go in front of the DA. Like, how are you able to hold him for that long a period of time, even through the weekend potentially?
So yeah, these Thursday arrests oftentimes end up with a Monday arraignment because of the time period. Typically, you have about 48 hours to be brought before a judge, but it ends up being the next court day. So that's why the initial appearance will likely be on Monday, where David will be arraigned on the charges. Those charges will be read aloud in court. Expect his lawyer. I think he already has a lawyer based on some of the statements that were made last year. Expect his lawyer to enter a not guilty plea, and then the process starts. Again, if it's a grand jury indictment, which is not typical, there won't be a preliminary hearing. But usually here in LA, the district attorney proceeds by a complaint and a preliminary hearing. And again, just because there's a grand jury, I believe it's just an investigative grand jury. They'd have to convene another grand jury to indict, and I don't think that's what they're going to do. Typically, what they do is in LA, they charge on a complaint. Then, after some period of time, there has to be a preliminary hearing. And at that preliminary hearing, the judge determines whether there's enough probable cause to move forward to a full-blown jury trial. So the DA will present some limited evidence, usually through a handful of law enforcement witnesses, and this process is going to get started.
And that was kind of my next question, because we don't know specifically the cause of death. At this point, we know the state at which her body was found, sadly, but then we also don't know what the charges specifically he's going to face. How much may we learn, knowing how much in LA and in California when it comes to, I think of a state like Florida, you can find the probable cause document online. How much might we learn on Monday if that's what we're learning?
Well, I think we're going to learn a lot. Obviously, the nature of the charges. So you have first-degree intentional murder, you have special circumstances, you have second-degree murder, you have manslaughter if it's an accident. Obviously, there might be charges related to moving the body. Are there going to be potential sex charges? I mean, I think that would be obviously very important.
They're definitely going to hit him with sex charges, but I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But I think that's a great question to ask is, chat, what do you guys think he's going to be charged with? Y'all think they're going to hit him with first degree, hit him with manslaughter? I do definitely think they're going to hit him with sex crimes. I think they're going to hit him with a bunch of different sex crime charges. If they did a dump on his phone, I mean...
How you doing?
If he had any nudes of her, man, they can get him with CSAM, production of CSAM. They probably had his friends maybe even admit that they have seen or heard him say that he had sex with her. Pagey, thank you for the sub. Man, I'm gonna just be honest, man. I don't think you can hit him with first-degree murder. I really don't. Unless his friends are good enough witnesses to say he premeditated it, or they found something on his phone where it seems obviously premeditated. That's the only thing I can think is, unless they find something on the phone or the friends, or they have maybe some, even if they have surveillance of like him leaving from the car and stuff, I still don't know if you can hit him with first degree.
Again, we're just guessing right now.
Sure.
There's no death penalty here in California. There's been a moratorium. We haven't had an execution in 20 years. So don't expect to see the death penalty regardless of what the charges are. But again, first degree, intentional, premeditated murder, special circumstances, if there's any type of enhancements, that's all going to be very telling. And look, it's just a matter of days before this evidence comes out.
And when you think about moving past Monday, and again, this has been a case that has developed, it feels like very slowly and very much under wraps outside of the reporting that we've seen. Like after Monday, depending on what the charges are, what does the timeline potentially look like for a prosecution of David?
Well, it's going to move quickly. And obviously, it's David's right to a speedy trial. And typically what you see is the defense waives their right. They want to get the discovery. They want to get all the evidence. So what is typical is the defendant will waive time. That means they'll review the discovery and they'll see how they can challenge this case. Now, if you're looking at murders, and again, I'm assuming this is a murder case because he's being held without bond. I mean, typically you have three types of defenses. One, it wasn't me, right? So you got finger pointing, it was an accident, or I didn't intend to do it, right?
Where you from, my boy?
Happened that was something less than murder, or some sort of self-defense. Now, obviously, Celeste Rivas, by all accounts, is a pretty small young girl. I would be surprised if there's a self-defense argument, just like Dick Reiner, right? Surprised you see self-defense in that type of case. His parents are a lot older, they're in their bedrooms. But typically, if you're seeing like what is the defense going to argue, they either argue identity, they argue intent, wasn't premeditated, it was an accident, something along those lines. It was manslaughter, heat of passion, legal insanity. You start attacking intent, or you start putting up some legal defense like self-defense. But again, I would be very surprised if it were self-defense in this case.
And I know we were talking about Neil Langston just a short time ago, but think about witnesses in this case and who may have already talked to law enforcement, what type of information that law enforcement may have. We don't know what those conversations were like, but what are those conversations typically like in a general sense as a prosecutor when you have someone who might be a friend of David, might be a friend of someone who's now going to face some pretty serious charges, about getting that person in line with what you want as a prosecutor?
Well, you know, Chris, I sort of cut my teeth on drug trafficking cases, and when you're dealing with any criminal organization, and I'm not saying David's entourage is a criminal organization, but what you want to do is you want to lean on the less culpable people in the organization. Maybe someone was, for instance, giving Celeste Rivas drugs, you know, maybe someone wasn't involved in the murder, but they had access to the Tesla. It seems like a lot of people did. What you want to do is lean on them and make sure they flip against the most culpable person in the organization. It's really prosecution 101. And what makes some of these charges strong, let's say you have a conspiracy charge, conspiracy to commit murder. You can really have nothing to do with actual murder, but if you're engaged in overt acts and furtherance of the conspiracy, and let's say it's some larger conspiracy, let's say it's a trafficking conspiracy, well, the next thing you know, you could be substantively...
We're going to find out on Monday how smart he is.
At least this person seems nice.
On Monday, we're going to find out how smart he is, because that's when we're going to figure out the evidence that, you know, is there. We're gonna find out how smart he is, man. If I'm hearing those charges and they're going crazy on him with the charges, that just lets me know either someone snitched or he was horrible at covering up his trail, or a little bit of both. I think the only two reasons that it took this long is A, the state that the body was in, and then B, he's a celebrity with a lot of money. So they have to, because you know, they have to be smart with it, man. He's not gonna get no rinky-dink lawyer. Who even is his lawyer? Retained the prominent defense attorney Blair Burke. Burke, known for representing high-profile clients such as Harvey Weinstein, Kanye West, and Johnny Depp, was hired during investigations regarding a body found. Okay, so he has Blair Burke. You know, chat, I'm gonna be real, man. Doing preg catches and stuff, I thought defense attorneys were the slimiest, scummiest people on the earth. Oh my God, fuck, how can you defend these people? But chat, you'll hate a defense lawyer until you need one. That's what I would say. When it looked like I had 6 months hanging over my head for contempt of court, I was like, oh. And then I really realized, like, it was in that moment where I was like, man, I can't hate on defense lawyers anymore like that, man. They're just doing their job. I had 6 months hanging over my head. You know how like stressful that is, chat? Like 6 months of your life just gonna be in jail over some BS. So, you know, you hate defense lawyers until you need one, man. And I pray you guys never need one.
On the hook for Celeste Rivas' death, even if you didn't actually kill her. So there's a lot of potential time that other individuals may be facing as co-conspirators, accessories, if they're aiding and abetting. And what you want to do is lean on them, make sure to get the information you want, make sure it's truthful, make sure they're going to cooperate. That's what that grand jury is for, testifying before the grand jury. Lock them in, so that way when you move forward against the principal, the person that you think is the most liable, the most culpable, seems like it's David here, that you have those witnesses locked in, because otherwise, guess what? they're going to be the next people to be charged and arrested.
And then just lastly, I mean, I'm sure for whether you're a detective on this case or a prosecutor who's been, kind of watching the evidence come in and you're thinking about what the charges could be, emotionally, what is the moment like tonight, knowing that David is now in custody and you've hit a new level in this investigation in this case?
Yeah, certainly for law enforcement and the prosecution, I think there is going to be this burden lifted because, again, there have been folks like me. I've been very critical of law enforcement. I said, what's going on? This doesn't make any sense to me. Why hasn't an arrest been made? If it's not David, who is responsible for this? So I think there is that relief. But now the real work starts because now you have a lawyer on the other side, and David has money and he's already lawyered up. At least that's my understanding. That's going to fight this tooth and nail. And because there's no death penalty in California, and because you're not going to give a discount on this case, you're not going to give David, if he really was involved in sort of recruiting or enticing this girl, potentially kidnapping her and killing her, are you going to give him anything less than life? So there's no real deal to be had here. There's no death penalty to take off the table. So this is the type of case that's very likely going to go all the way to jury trial. That's just the reality of it. So, but if you're talking about the people that I've been thinking of, it has to be Celeste Rivas's family. I can't imagine what they've been going through all these years. Your young girl goes missing and then she's found dead and you really don't have answers. So hopefully the family can finally get some answers for everything that they've suffered through.
No, very well put. Former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani, president of West.
Yeah, man. Definitely when, bro, if they televise those trials, chat, I'm gonna be all over that. I'm gonna be all over that. I wasn't really streaming like that when the Johnny Depp stuff went on, but I would be on that if that happened.
Not gonna lie. That's probably the first bit of information I got from the fucking David case. I don't want to buy anything off his Twitch. Fuck no.
Might be on something. You see.
On to the next. Then all that bullshit. The scammers.
That was the saying for that. I forgot. I think I might want to go back to the store again.
Shit, what you want to get from the store?
Probably the same thing what I got last time.
And some more snacks.
Okay, chips and Biscoff cookies. Smacked. Shit was like pasty as hell, buttery.
Yeah, I never really tried those Biscoff cookies.
Yeah, I had them bitches on the plane. Shit was nice.
Yeah, I never been on a plane. How's that bit? I never been flying.
Honestly, that's still loud as hell. So I would recommend like getting some earmuffs or something, some headphones, just listen to some music. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're good to the sound, you can just get you like a neck rester or something, cause your neck gonna be hurting. I know you want to go to sleep too, so
Shit.
comfortable.
I don't know about going to sleep on a plane. I ain't really that good with public spaces, especially like enclosed public spaces. I hear how small and tight a plane is. And I'm fucking tall as shit, so that shit gonna fuck me up.
You might be more comfortable if you're sitting in the back or something.
True. Fuck. We're about to make it to 2-hour mark. You sitting here chilling for a minute. I've been seeing. Alright, how you feel about that Invincible fight? The one against Drag.
Drag was whipping ass. I ain't gonna lie. That was about one of the greatest scenes I've seen so far in anime, and I think Drag is the only person that got like crazy impact frames too. Like the first nigga that got that shit in anime, I think.
I ain't even gonna lie. Most of the times I've seen Invincible clips, everybody's talking shit about the animation, talking shit. I never really felt that way. I always seen the animation, even though it was cheap, it was still something accessible. It looks good. Can't complain. This whole fight was beautiful, top to bottom. Couldn't complain. Loved every second of it. If I could, I wish they like made every part of Invincible some crazy part like that. But then I know how much the cost and bullshit, the time. Fans can't wait for nothing. You seen what happened to the JoJo fucking fans. The JoJo fans went crazy. I'm a JoJo fan. I cannot condone. Yes, I can. I still ain't fucking dropped Still Ball Run, bro.
That's probably gonna be another year or so.
You know how bad it is to be an anime fan? If you gotta start reading different mangas to get that feel again. Like, I've been waiting for an anime like Still Ball Run. I've been watching One Piece. I've been just getting into all the long series I can, because every time I get into a series, it's rather it ends too like fast, or they do some wild shit that makes it not enjoyable. Same thing, like the first time we was on stream, I was talking about Black Clover. I couldn't get into Black Clover because of the fact that you got the one nigga who thirst over his sister. Any other scene, I fucking love Black Clover. Black Clover is fucking 10 out of 10 in my book. But when you got that one nigga on screen, he low-key blows me. Other than that, I'd be straight. I also got the, what's that shit? It was another one I ain't fuck with. I ain't talking about My Hero. I ain't talking about Demon Slayer. I'm trying to think about it. It's like something I at first I was looking at it, it was decent. Like it had me actually sitting there, oh shit, this anime might actually be decent, but then like instantly dropped at it. I know that's how I feel about the end of Mob Psycho.
Tell me a little more about it. I like Mob Psycho too.
Like, I love the first 2 seasons, right? The first 2 seasons I think was heat. I ain't had no problem with it. Powers, fight scenes, everything was like 10 out of 10. I like the day in the life of Mob. If they would have ended it off at the second season, I would have been satisfied. You got the fucking Goku level fight. You got Mob going to 100. But then they kept going. I like to see what happened to the people after that big ass fight. But then, like, after that in season 3, little green dude went evil or some shit like that. That took a turn to me. Especially, like, after all this time, it just felt like, oh, so he just didn't care. I would love if they kept that in, like, a manga original. Like, they just didn't animate that. I feel like that was probably one of the few animes that I was satisfied where they left the cliffhanger at. Most animes, they be, like, leaving a badass cliffhanger where you do not need that bit. Mob Psycho, I feel like that second season was a perfect cliffhanger. And it wasn't even a real cliffhanger. That was a perfect ending.
Don't they got a movie of Mob Psycho too?
I don't know. I actually do not know. If they have a movie of that bit, I probably would fuck with it. I'm trying to think of, like, some other things. Because I'm telling y'all, it got to the point where, like, reading it became the new phase, bro. You have to read some shit. I'd rather read a book than sit here and check out some of the new animes that's been out. I feel like that's when I have the problem. That's when I feel like I'm the problem.
I mean, we just gotta start reading our manga before we start watching the anime.
100%. I wish I started a bunch of anime, like watching the manga first, cause the first anime that I got into by the manga was JoJo. So I seen what was going to happen in part 6. I seen what was going to happen in part 7 and Still Ball Run. And I still get surprised every time because of the fact that weight of seeing it greatly written, loving every part of it, loving the characters, loving the theme, loving the powers, and then being like, damn, I can't wait until they animate it. That feeling, and then when they actually animate that bitch, and you sitting there like stuck on that bitch, I'm not gonna lie. I only had that with like JoJo, a little bit of One Piece, cause like you could fucking pick up any part. If you never watch One Piece, I don't know what to tell you. One Piece is at least try to watch it. I don't care if you like finish it or not, but if you at least never try to attempt to watch One Piece, I do not know what to tell you. Like, even JoJo's an amazing anime. I don't care what speculation people have. I love JoJo. JoJo's one of the best animes in my mind. Shit, how you feel about Baki?
Baki's it's a nice hand-to-hand combat shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think Baki. I think there was some new shit that was supposed to. I think they already created or something. I think it was Baki and some other guy with long hair or some shit.
Are you talking about the most recent Baki chapter? I ain't even gonna lie, the Baki books look hard as fuck. checking them bitches out. Like, y'all cannot tell me. Like, it might just be because I'm fucking with the books now, but you can't tell me some of these books don't look hard as fuck. Some of these shits look smooth as a bit. Alright, stop glazing Baki, stop glazing Baki. We're trying to find the most recent one. God damn. I do not want. I might have to skip Baki in the anime collection. That shit gonna be a pretty penny. If not, that shit gonna be thick ass books. I gotta get past the fucking Junji Ito books first. Baki Rising. This is what I've been hearing about Baki Rising. So, all I know about this is in Baki Rising, Baki is no longer the main character, it's Jack. Basically, it's building up the story from the ground up, since Baki was like not the strongest type shit, and he had to be like get strong enough to fight the strongest creature. Jack, he's gonna fight until he's able to get past Baki's level, fight Yujiro. I think Baki would be the last fight. I would love to see that last, and like let Yujiro be a fight that he goes up till he fights Baki.
I don't think Jack real. I kind of laugh when I like talk about this nigga. He be taking hella steroids and shit like that, and then he be talking about like he gonna have like a angel back or something. You know, demon back, angel back. I thought it was a good concept at first, but
this is the new Jack, my guy.
I don't know, man.
Like, they saying he's still taking the same amount of drugs, but the only difference from this Jack and the Jack before is the fact that he's willing to push himself to actually train. He's actually going to do whatever it takes to be as strong as Baki. It doesn't matter what it is, he's going to figure it out. Shit, anything else? Oh, wait. Let's see if I could find. See, right now I'm just checking out mangas, cause like right now Baki got some of the best looking manga I've seen. I'm looking like manga covers, anything that looks smooth. See, Hunter x Hunter, I don't know. Hunter x Hunter, I feel like is a decent one, but it's a little bit too old school. I feel like Baki should have had more of an old school look. Even looking at the grappler Baki covers, they're still hard as fuck. Come on, name an anime. My bad, I'm blind. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda fuck with the Bleach one. Ooh, wait, this nigga got drip. This nigga got drip. Alright. Bleach is up there. Bleach is up there. Alright. I'll show y'all one that I personally been eyeing. One that I personally been fucking with. What's that shit? this. I ain't even gonna lie, I've been looking at the Amazon volume. If they show it. Oh, Hellsing. Shit, that's my bad. Fuck. Ain't even gonna lie. I'll give it to them. They shit is kind of crispy. These the ones I was looking at. I was interested in these. The Big Johns. I want to see, okay. I'm telling you, I might actually have to get some shit. I might actually have to get it. It might be worth it. Oh shit, this all of them? I don't know. I don't fuck with it. How you feel?
Shit, I feel alright.
You fuck with him?
Shit, on this, yeah, shit. Let me see.
I don't know. Like, these the type of manga covers I fuck with right here. At least these look hard. The rest of them, they alright. They mid in my book. They mid. They would be C tier. Time to look at a goat. Time to look at the goat. Yeah, sure. I ain't even gonna lie, I always show love to it. I remember always seeing these paperback fucking comics. I would love to get the full fucking collection, but this will probably cost more than half a One Piece. Honestly, that's the funny part. You know how many animes like is technically longer than One Piece when it comes to page count? Don't shake your head. They be long as fuck. They just know how to animate that bit. One Piece, fuck. Oh fuck. I see the JoJo. So one thing I love. I'm sorry to go to the whiplash going back and forth, but the one thing I love is the different art styles when it comes to these. None of these look the same. These shits look crazy. I love the old fashioned books, the ones that look hard as fuck that you could buy. I love the Steel Ball run. That shit was amazing. You got fucking Phantom Blood. Volume 6. That's Phantom Blood too. I love JoJo's. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be a glazer for that. Put some color in my fucking collection. You feel me? You know what I would like? If they get like a Black Clover book. But it was the grimoires covering it. Like, imagine having one that's Asta's grimoire, one that's Yami's grimoire, or stuff like that. Just taking the grimoires that we already know and making the bigger book of it. That shit would be hard. I would actually buy that. I would spend money on Black Clover just so I could fucking get that book. That shit would be hard as fuck.
Wait, on which book? On which Black Clover book?
If they made, like, you see all the mangas together, imagine making like a big wide book of like a a chapter, a full arc, but you make it grimoire. So you could keep Asta's grimoire, you could keep Yuno's grimoire, you could keep all the Black Clovers, not the Black Bulls grimoires. That shit would be hard.
That shit would be tough. I think I'll just keep Asta's. His shit is nice and dirty. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I thought Attack on Titan would have better fucking manga pages. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought they was gonna have better shit.
Probably Julius or something. He ain't got no cover. He ain't got no front, no back. It's shit timeless. You know what I'm saying?
But how would that work for a manga? Okay, I'm interested. JJK. Okay, JJK got some. JJK got some heat. JJK got some fucking heat. Alright, I don't know about that one. I don't know about these fucking thirst trap ones. Wait, is JJK a thirst trap anime? Wait. I'm confused. Alright, yeah, fuck that. We're gonna end off on One Piece, but I do want to check out Chainsaw Man. Shit, fuck. I do not mind that. I will have that right next to the JoJo collection. That shit hard. That shit is hard. I love the colors. I love the design. The abstract natures for most of them. That shit beautiful. Last one.
I feel like they should collide with Jujutsu Kaisen.
I ain't even gonna lie. They got some decent ones too. I love they all look different. The colors all have different matches. It tells you what arc you in. Goddamn. Goddamn. Yeah, that's a lot. God damn. I want to see some. Well, I don't think I'm getting the One Piece set. Fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah. Y'all boys gotta help me out. Y'all boys gotta slide so we could get the One Piece set, you feel me? We do some more One Piece content. I would love to do some content or anything with One Piece. That or Junji Ito. This nigga is a fucking goat. I know I said that was the last one. But I think I seen. Yeah, we looking at the subjective best manga covers out there.
Pass me another water bottle.
So, when we go down the line. Just let me nerd out for a second. You feel me? I heard of this Goodnight Poom Poom. I was thinking about buying that bit. I need to check that bit out. This shit is hard. I'm not gonna lie. I would check out that series. Yes, we're judging books by their cover. I seen the Death Note books. That shit's strangely cheap. Why the fuck does the slowest, the lamest art got the hardest art on the fucking book? God damn. And then Sakamoto Days. I never watched that shit. This shit was always an anime that confused me. This shit was too hard for what the fuck it was like. Whatever the fucking meaning or whatever the fuck the shit was supposed to be about. You know how long you had me confused? Akira. Hey, bruh. I would love to see them. 'Cause I know they gotta have more than one banger. I ain't even gonna lie. They do got some heat. They do got some heat. Shit. Yeah, fuck with them. We got a decent 2 hours on stream. You wanna sit here, call it a quick break?
Yeah.
Alright.
Gotta relax the brain for a second.
Alright, we see y'all next time. The dog needs to go.